Some people were not born for chaos. When they walk into a crowded place, it's not just discomfort. It's as if the world shrinks around them. People who hate crowds are not antisocial, weak, or strange. They're simply the ones who notice what most people ignore. Their minds operate on a different frequency. More sensitive, more observant, more aware of everything happening around them. For these people, being surrounded by dozens or hundreds of bodies isn't just physical space. It's an emotional invasion. Every noise becomes a signal. Every movement becomes a point of alert. Every energy blends with theirs until their whole system shifts into defense mode. And this doesn't come from weakness, but from intensity. People who avoid crowds often have an extremely sharp emotional radar, capable of sensing nuances that pass unnoticed for almost everyone else. They pick up subtle tensions, shifts in the room's atmosphere, hidden intentions behind facial expressions. While others walk through the same space as if it's nothing more than a background, these people walk through it as if they're reading a field full of invisible messages. It's not a choice, it's a trait. It's the way their mind is wired, constantly analyzing, interpreting, and feeling too much. And when the external stimulation becomes too much, they withdraw. Not because they don't want to be there, but because their mind wasn't designed to operate under so much mixed noise. It's like trying to hear your own inner voice during a storm of sound. Everything feels distant, confusing, tight. The body reacts before the person even understands why. The breathing changes, the chest tightens, the muscles contract as if bracing for something that never actually happens, but emotionally feels real. Many people misinterpret this as shyness, isolation, or lack of social experience. But the truth is completely different. Those who can't tolerate crowds often possess a unique mental strength, the strength of being deeply connected to themselves. This internal connection doesn't work well in environments where everything is too intense, too fast, too scattered. These people value silence, authenticity, balance. They prefer genuine interactions over superficial ones. They choose deep conversations over quick exchanges. They prefer a few strong connections over dozens of empty ones. These individuals also share something else. At some point in life, they learned that emotional safety depends on having control over their environment. In crowds, that control disappears. There's unpredictability. There are fluctuations. There's invisible pressure. And this affects people who have always needed to anticipate risks, interpret signals, and protect themselves before anything could happen. Even if they've grown stronger, their body remembers. Emotional memory never lies, and it reacts. There's also a very special trait. People who hate crowds often have a well-defined sense of identity, even if internally they're still figuring themselves out. These are people who don't dissolve into the collective. They don't mold themselves to what the masses do. They don't follow the flow without questioning it. In crowded environments, where everyone seems to behave like part of a single organism, they feel out of place. They don't belong to the vibration of the crowd. And they were never meant to. They're individuals who vibrate independently, more quietly, more consciously. Another crucial point. Crowds demand social masks. They demand performance. They demand energy. They demand adaptation. And sensitive people feel this immediately. They sense the excess performance, the silent competition for attention, validation, and significance. And this emotional theater drains them. It's not that they hate people. They just can't handle environments where almost no one is being honest with themselves. These people prefer distance not out of rejection, but out of preservation. They prefer space not because of fear, but because of clarity. They prefer silence not because they want to escape the world, but because silence allows them to exist without falling apart internally. The truth is that people who hate crowds see the world with more depth than most imagine. They recognize emotional risks others ignore. They sense falseness others accept. And they notice when they're in a place they simply don't fit into. And maybe the biggest truth is simple yet heavy. People who can't stand crowds aren't running from the world. They're trying to protect themselves from a world they feel too deeply, absorb too intensely, and that presses too heavily on souls born for depth, not chaos. If this video spoke to you in any way, breathe. It means you're not alone in the way you feel the world. If you want more content that understands the way your mind works, hit subscribe now. This space was made for people like you. And if any sentence here resonated with you, leave a like. It's simple, but it helps this video reach the people who need this message today.